So we just did our first bit there of JavaScript, or looking into the JavaScript file, and what we did again, if we look back or down here, basically when we get inside the insert record function that's called from the click of the button, we're just saying, okay, we want to go and try and validate the form straight away. So function here to our get result of validation. So whether it's true or false, true, it's correctly validated. So move back up here, time to validate our form, and I'm going to start off, so in JavaScript of course again, to create a function. Functions should always be created before they're used. So function validate form, and we need our curly brackets there, and I'll put that one out in front as well. Alright, ready to go there. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by grabbing user entries from the form and store in variables. So again, if we have a quick look here, client-side validation is basically done at the client side when you're trying to input the data, and that server-side validation is when the data is maybe entered and you send it off to somewhere like Firebase, or you're comparing against Facebook's login details, whatever the case may be, and if it doesn't satisfy the criteria, or it's in the wrong format, or something's wrong, you might get a server-side error telling you, it's not right, can't be accepted, or something like that. So we're doing all client side here. We'll grab the user entries from the form. So what I'm just going to do here is burst off a load of variables. Let first name check. Basically, using the document object model, I want to grab an element by its ID. So get an element by its ID. The first one, you should remember this from earlier videos. The first one I want to do here is first name. And straight away I'm just going to get its value. No messing about here. I've done it slightly different in other videos. So that will target the input box by its ID, first name. It will target it here using the document object model. And now I'm saying get the value of what's in that input box. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to paste it. And now I'm going to change that to lname check. And again here, the ID for last name was lname. So that'll be the last name one done. Then I'm going to copy and paste it again, and I'm going to do email check. And that's basically looking for email. The next one we've got there, so I've got a quite unusual one here now. I'm going to check for an email syntax. So far in a lot of our validation checks, we've had like HTML validation, the errors coming up with the boxes and all that. But in JavaScript, I'm going to bring up alert boxes and that. So the email syntax is basically where I'm going to call another function here, which I still have to create. And this is going to be validate email, because the email proved to be particularly troublesome. And I'm going to pass up the variable email check there into that. So email check, that's this name here. So what we get back from the box, there it is. I'm going to pass him to another function called validate email, which I've yet to create. I'm going to create that in the next video. We're also going to create a variable called, or just go Control V here, and this one's going to be country check. Country check, and I think that's just normal country there, as far as I know. And the final one here I'm going to have is inquiry check. So inquiry, this is when we're putting in our stuff. So inquiry here, and that had an ID of subject. Right, so there is all our entries targeted, the values of them taken and stored in variables, which we can use now for checking and doing stuff with in the next video.